Licensed real estate appraisal exam prep. Income approach flashcards. Number 1. Characteristics that affect a property's income. Number 2. An element of comparison in the sales comparison approach. Comparable sales can be adjusted for differences in the attributes that affect a property's income, such as operating expenses, quality of management, tenant mix, rent concessions, lease terms, lease expiration dates, renewal options, and lease options such as recovery clauses. The answer is economic characteristics. Number 2, a capital sum invested, a payment that represents the partial or full payment of the capital loaned or invested, distinguished from the payment of interest, the unrecovered capital remaining in a loan or investment. The answer is principal. Number 3. Number 1. A market-derived figure that represents the amount entrepreneur receives for his or her contribution to a past project for his or her time, effort, knowledge, and risk. The difference between the total cost of a property, which means cost of development, and its market value, which means property value after completion, which represents the entrepreneur's compensation for the risk and expertise associated with development. An entrepreneur is motivated by the prospect of future value advancement, for instance, the entrepreneurial incentive. An entrepreneur successfully creates value through development, expansion, renovation, or an innovative change of use is rewarded by entrepreneurial profit. Entrepreneurs may also fail and suffer losses. Number 2, in economics, the actual return on successful management practices, often identified with coordination, the fourth factor of production following land, labor, and capital, also called entrepreneurial return or entrepreneurial reward. The answer is entrepreneurial profit. Number 4, the resulting difference when the market rent exceeds the contract rent. The answer is deficient rent. Number 6, the loss of income due to non-payment of scheduled rent. The answer is collection loss. Number 7, a process in which the total value of a property is broken down into its essential parts and the value of any single component may be determined by subtracting the remaining components from the total value. The answer is abstraction method. Number 8, the total amount of money that can be made from an investment. The answer is yield. Number 9, the minimum required rate of return on invested capital. Theoretically, the difference between the total rate of return and the safe rate is considered a premium to compensate the investor for risk, the burden of management, and the illiquidity of the capital invested, also called riskless rate or relatively riskless rate. The answer is safe rate. Number 9, the measure of the efficiency of insulation in a structure. Our values measure thermal resistance, which indicates whether or not the inside temperature is flowing to the outside. The higher the R value, the better the insulating properties. The answer is R value. Number 11, the annual rate of return on capital that is commensurate with the risk assumed by the investor, the rate of interest or yield necessary to attract capital. The answer is risk rate. Number 12, a lump sum benefit that an investor receives or expects to receive upon the termination of an investment, also called reversionary benefit. The answer is reversion. Number 12, an overall capitalization rate used to estimate the resale price of the property, usually applied to the anticipated stabilized income for the year beyond the holding period, also called terminal capitalization rate. The answer is residual capitalization rate. Number 13, an appropriation from surplus funds that is allocated to deferred or anticipated contingencies. In business, a credit account created to accumulate funds to retire debt or cover losses that are payable or expected to accrue in the future. The answer is reserve. Number 15, an allowance that provides for the periodic replacement of building components that wear out more rapidly than the building itself and must be replaced during the building's economic life, sometimes referred to as reserves or reserves for replacement. The answer is replacement allowance. Number 16. Briefly details the unit information, such as lease terms, contract rent, as well as the effective date of the leases that are in place for the property. The answer is rent roll.